Hey Kid Springers, hope everybody's having a great week. Hope you're outside running around enjoying this nice fall weather that we're having, like I know I am. Just want to take a couple minutes today to kind of talk to you and let you know about some cool stuff that's happening here in Kid Spring, especially with week 3 of Mystery Manor that we're about to head into. But first, I want to celebrate a little bit with you. We just came out of week 2 of our adult series at the movies, and with that we saw, pretty awesome, 20 salvations. 20 salvations. People came in, sat down in a church seat, watched the movie Taken, ate some popcorn, and through that and through Perry's presentation, were able to come and to receive Christ, which I think is awesome. Another thing I don't want you to forget is that 30 minutes before every service now on Sunday, we have what we call family VIPs. So instead of us just doing it as large group, now we're getting all of Kid Spring together to come together and to celebrate and to pray and get energized all together, and we do that in the elementary large group room. So if you've been getting there a little bit late so far, just know that 30 minutes before is when we do VIP, and we want everybody to be there. Now, I want to share something pretty cool with you that God showed me. If you did not know, I am a 7th grade science teacher right here in Spartanburg County. All right, some people knew that, some may not know that I'm a teacher, but that's what I do for a living. And so I wanted to show you something pretty neat that God kind of revealed to me as I was teaching my students this past week. Now, I've been teaching my students about chemical reactions. Now, when everybody hears the term chemical reactions, they're always thinking about something exploding in your face. That can happen, but I'm not going to really talk about that type of reaction today. First thing I want to show you is this element called sodium. All right. Now, sodium, as you can see from the picture, is kind of this metallic metal object, and it is very, very highly reactive. You mix just a little bit of sodium with some water, and it's going to catch on fire and explode. Definitely not usable for us in that form, not something we want to mess with, very dangerous, so I'm going to stay away from it. Next thing I want to talk about is this element called chlorine. Now this is a little bit different than the chlorine you might put in your swimming pool. This is chlorine in its natural form, and chlorine, as you can see, is a green gas, and if you were to breathe in a little bit of this chlorine into your lungs, it would actually choke and kill you. Once again, not usable, not something I want to mess with. So let me review. Sodium, dangerous. Not usable, don't want to mess with it. Chlorine, dangerous. Not usable, don't want to mess with it. The cool thing about science is you take these two things and you put them together and bond them together in a chemical reaction, and you get this. Now, if you don't know what this is a salt shaker, and this is where we keep our salt that we put on our food. So sodium and chlorine make table salt. So once again, two things that are dangerous, that are not usable, can come together through a transformation and make something that's usable by us every day. That's kind of like what God does with us. Most of us, before we knew Christ, before we started coming to church, maybe before we started coming to New Spring or started even serving, we were kind of not usable. Maybe we weren't living the right kind of life or doing the right kind of thing, and so we were sort of like these two separate elements. Unusable, not really living a good testimony, not doing anything for God. But then God comes into our hearts, and just like these two things coming together and there being a transformation, now we're created into something usable. So for you guys, that means you're usable for God, you're usable in Kid Spring, and just like how these two things which are bad for us can come together and make something that's good for us, that's usable, that we use on a daily basis, God can take you, transform you, turn you into something that's usable, and each one of you guys volunteering in Kid Spring is doing just that. So if I haven't told you lately, I just want to tell you that I love you guys, I appreciate you guys, and let me know of anything I can do to help you. See ya.